I'm Afro-Latino, and the first movie mean a lot for many countries, not just in America. And now this second movie, you guys, that the whole team had a different culture. Now we see amor and a different new culture. What do you guys think? Like in culturally meaning, do you understand how important is these movies, not just as a superhero movies, it's just also as a culture speaking expression, because it's just not in one country, it's worldwide. That's the difference, I think, on the other Marvel movies, that it can stay in one place. But these two movies, it means different for many people, because I think it cross borders, not just with the costume design, not just because Chadwick meant something for many people, still mean something for many people. It's about what they represent. And I would love to hear what you think about it.
Okay, we absolutely agree with you, and we understand it empirically. We under what this movie and the character of Namor and the world created, um, means in terms of its representation of Latin people. It's I remember being on the set working with Tenoch when he's about to throw the water bombs. That was the first scene that I worked with him, and him just having to take a moment on set in front of the whole crew and just say, this means so much and thank you, and his gratefulness and gratitude. And we could just smile because we understand it. We were in that same position a couple of years before and saw um, how and felt how that representation was received. So we understood that yes, it's about to happen again. It's about to happen, in a very significant, visceral way for him, and that we could do this together. Show these, have this strong, equal, and researched with as much respect and love representation, because people who have maybe not been seen can see others and have that appreciation. We understand it, with our whole hearts and mind. So a full measure of devotion was brought to it for that very reason.
Mhm. I think
Thank you.
when I was, first made aware that we would bring in this indigenous culture, this Latin culture to the film, I was so excited. I couldn't help but think that we would make the same impact that we did with the first Black Panther on African American and the diaspora, with the Latinx community, and that it was so important for us when we did the first film that we dissected Africa, and we showed different tribes, and we showed the truth and honesty in the dress, and we honored the culture, and we redirected the way that people thought about beauty, beauty standards. And I went at this with the same mindset that I had so much to learn. I had to depend on the experts to tell us what was the truth, because there's so much information in paintings and things like that that will that have been tainted, by the Spaniards, or show you them conquering, or them what they call, like, civilizing, this community. And they're all very much curated by the colonizers. And so getting to things like the Dresden Codex, and getting to the Janus pottery, where these paintings existed that really showed you the truth about how they lived, what was in their communities. Even it showed you fabrics and drapes and headpieces and prints. I had so much to pick from, and I was super excited. And I there's so much in this film that's on the cutting room floor that wowed me even, to take some of these ideas and then put them in water. We had a 20-foot tank of water that people are swimming around in with headdresses and big clay beads on their necks. But it was exciting to, actually, have a voice about another culture and another community that we hoped would be excited about what we were doing, because we attempted to do it so well and so right.
A lot of times when you're doing these movies, you read some of these scripts, with the antagonist, it's that they're just only there to serve, the story, and the protagonist, it's like they're like afterthought, and just like just a swash of color, but no detail.
No
But
detail.
in this, it was, definitely about the detail. And I think that comes from Ryan, being writer, and
Yes.
and the trust that Marvel has in him, and his ability, and his
Yes.
respect for all people.
Yes.
Everyone has a story, and I think that's exactly that's the the detail that was put in it is shows that.
Yeah, we use these, we made hundreds of ear flares. The ear flare is worn on the ear. It's a little jade piece. It has a stem in the center, and all of the architecture and sculptures, and they all have these ear flares, and it's kind of a way of communicating. It's a communication to the gods. It's it was such an important element to me that if one of the Tolokanials or even the Mayans didn't have them, they weren't finished. So we had them on with glue. We had them on with magnets. If I could have sewn them on, I would have sewn them on. But it meant a lot to me.
I we really appreciate it, and Ruth, you did your research.
Thank you.
Like Latin people is really appreciated for that.